What is going on, guys? We are now level 42 on the wizard. We stayed at those two guard towers as long as we could. When I dinged level 42 is when the level 30s turned light blue. So we had to leave. It's slim pickings out there when it comes to quadding. There's a couple things in Butcher Block Mountains, but it's tough to get 4 mobs. You're looking at like the Docks or the Bilgum sisters and the Dundum sisters, but it's next to impossible to get both. On my day off, I may try to wake up super early and see if I can get them for a little while. That'd be cool. But it's unlikely. So where we find ourselves is Western Karana. Nope, Eastern Karana. And there's this little town here. There's the zone line to Northern Karana. And then to get to High Keep, you go that way. Or that way. Anyways, this little town's just right here in the middle. It's got a bunch of guards outside of it, and they're all level 35. And I don't really have what it takes. Like, I can kill them, but I have to finagle it to a point to where it just doesn't seem worth it. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. I've put on my steel skin to absorb some damage when I use my mono rock, and outside of that, you know, it's just a little tough. They resist a lot, as you can imagine, and they just have a lot of life. And I don't really get a new AoE nuke for quadding, I think, the rest of the way. So this is what I'm stuck with, and it feels a bit outdated at this point. I think it will be. I think this camp will be fine if I had more mana. It's just a tight squeeze. So let's just get into it. So I will pull them and lower their resists with the staff. And what I'm thinking about doing is I'm trying to squeeze out a little more mana. I should have talked about that, but if you see here, I did pick up some rings that instead of having int, they have pure mana. Well, they just have mana as a stat instead of intelligence. Because intelligence isn't giving me a whole lot because I'm beyond 200. So it's best if you can just get raw mana. So let's group them up here. And we really need to avoid getting hit actually now because I need my shield to absorb the mana stone and not their hits. So let's get a good distance away from them, and it would be great if, you know, if my snare landed on all of them on the first try. That'd be great. It didn't, so we're gonna try one more time here. It was all but one though, so that's pretty good. Okay, so let's re-wrangle them. That's another thing too, is they take so long to kill that my snare runs out. And then I have to snare him again. I don't have to, actually. I could just max range, and that's probably what I'll do. Actually, I should probably just do that to save, well, 8% mana. I'm at 92% mana. I'm going to go ahead and mono rock now. Oh, actually, it doesn't matter. Since it's not going to hurt my life, it doesn't really matter when I do it. Anyways, let's start nuking. Go ahead and just get it out of the way. There we go. So we depleted our steel skin, and we can start slowly regenerating health, I guess, to try to maximize efficiency. There's another guard there, so I'm going to avoid him. But as you can see, their life, well, the one I'm targeted at least, versus my mana, it's very close, and it doesn't really get any better. So it's down to the wire, no matter what. In fact, I may want to rebind, and I don't know if it works on this server like it does on, like, say, green, but I might want to rebind my AoE that I'm using to my spell gem number 1 so that I can reset the cooldown on it and do it faster. And maybe I'll show what I mean by that. So actually, her life is going down faster than my mana, so we're doing pretty well there. It did change a little bit. And as you can see, okay, Bonds of Force is worn off. Well, 3 of them though. So that's the issue, is I'm gonna need to re-wrangle them. Okay. So I think we're gonna opt to not re-bond. So hers should run out here. Okay, it ran out. So let's re-wrangle them. I think the play may be to not bond at all and just do it the long way. But you know what's longer than doing it the long way is sitting and metting and having to finagle the kill anyways. So I can spam my, it's out of range. So see how I'm out of range. So now I can get off 1 nuke here. It's close, but we can do it. And they do this living shield thing, and I don't know exactly what that does. All right. So I can use my instant cast clicky to find my range on them and find out exactly when they're out of range. And at that point, you can see there in the middle text box it says uncomfortable, and then eventually it'll say out of range. So then I know that I can stop and nuke. Okay. So I don't have enough mana. I'm just gonna click 1 time. We'll get 1 more off here, and hopefully that's all we need. But I'm unsure. If that's true, then maybe I just had a bad couple of goes. Oh. Okay. That's not that bad. But also, we did use the a ringmail coat. It's pretty good. It's probably worth 5 plat or more. We did use a steel skin, so I might have to use steel skin every time. Which is fine because they drop, well, 6 gold and then 2 plat, 4 gold, and then 9 gold. So, you know, they pay for themselves, but you won't be making any money here. That's another 3 plat. But I could use steel skin every time. Let's get my harvest on cooldown. Okay, maybe we'll stick it out another time or 2. And then we'll talk about a couple things here. Because it was brought to my attention. I think it was Abraxius, or however you pronounce his name. Sorry about that. I believe it was him who inspected me and noticed I was missing a back piece. And he said there's a back piece that has 5 intellect. And I guessed if it happens to be a quested back piece, because I don't know of any, and he said yeah. So then I looked into it, and it's the Mystic Cloak, I believe, is the one that he speaks of, which you can see here: 8 AC, 5 intellect, and 5 SP magic, and it actually has steel skin on it, but it's 10 charges, so you'll run out of that, and that's that. There's no recharging it or anything, but I mean that's fine. But kind of cool. So it seems fairly easy, especially. I'm at my level. All you need to do is go to Unrest. You get the Priest of Najina. Let me see if I can just increase this a bit. You go to Unrest, you kill a Priest of Najina in the Southwest Tower, and you get a Tarnished Bronze Key. So let's take a look at the key. It is no drop, so I'm likely going to want to go on my Wizard, which is fine. It would be cool to go on the Necro, because having a pet just makes everything so much easier. Anyways, and then you go to Najina, and I'm sure you've all fallen into that cell, and then there's like an enchanter in there, and then she just murks you immediately. So you could fall down there, and then you give her the key, and then she gives you a letter. You go to Felwith, you hand in the letter she gives you to her dad, and he gives you the cloak. It's that simple. Pretty good cloak for it being that simple. And if you look here, like we looked earlier, I have no back piece at all. So even though I'm over 200 intellect or intelligence, that'll still be a huge upgrade. And what it will kind of do is give me more wiggle room to get raw mana somewhere else. So I lost 8 mana from my rings. I changed out my rings. So that lowered us down to 207 intellect. So well, that'll put us back up to, 212, and then we can continue to find ways. Like, I believe there's earrings, right? I think they're expensive, though. And I'm so cheap. But there's there's the earrings that you can get raw mana on your earrings. What is it, like 35 mana or something? Aren't those really expensive? I don't know, but either way, I think I could trade out these earrings. And if we're at 212 intellect, I could trade out both earrings and just put raw mana in both of those to squeeze out a little more. I'm currently looking for loam encrusted pants to replace these pants, which will also give me, like, I think 1 intellect and then some mana, like a little bit of mana. But it's better than no intellect and no mana. So there's like a few things I can do, and obviously I could upgrade I could upgrade the robe to like a loam encrusted robe, but then you're dropping like 2k to 2.5k, and I'm not really looking to do that. But there are some things I can do, so I'm looking to just like squeeze out a little more mana wherever I can, and that'll just help this whole process, because as you can see, it's doable. It's just a very tight squeeze, and then if they resist a few more times, things get a lot crazier when they resist a few more times. Let me go ahead and use the mana stone here. Because a couple of resists go a long ways, and then I'm at 0 mana. I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I don't have the mana to snare them. I can't like sit and get ticks or anything, and it just turns into a disaster. You either have to zone it, or you mono rock yourself all the way down to low life to try to squeeze out another nuke. It's very bad. I think I can get a little more mana if I can get loam encrusted bracers as well. One option is to just go to the hole and get a group and try to farm stuff, which actually doesn't sound terrible, but I don't think I would get anything. They're not just going to gift it to you. You're going to be in a group of 5 other people, and everybody's going to roll for it. So I don't know if that's the best option. I'd rather buy them if I can. But a group at the hole, I mean, sounds kind of cool in its own right. That's something to do. So, if I can go there and squeeze out a level or 2, that'd be actually a good idea. Because I do get like, 40 plus mana with each level. So that's definitely a way to increase my mana pool as well. I think these will stay dark blue, I think, until 49, I think. Maybe 48. But I think 49. So I think I could do this till 49. So if I can go get a couple levels, come back at like 44. I think 44 is a spell level? Yeah. Not that I get any more nukes or anything, but maybe I'll get something useful. And another thing is if I choose not to snare them, then I can save some mana like that. So let's do one where I don't snare them. I just run them up and down the coast. And we'll see what happens with that. All right, let's give it another go without snare. Try to save some mana there. Now, the first time around, I did have a sow. Now I'm using my boots. A bard did just come up to me right now and asked if I was killing these. So I said yes. But it's like, frickin' bards, man. It's like some of us need to regen our mana. Like, hate us because they ain't us. I am being a hater. I love bards. One of my favorite classes of all time. If not my favorite class of all time. But it's just tough, because they're so good. They're just so good. They just want to take everything. They want to take all of our stuff because we're not fast enough. It is what it is. It was a nice guy, but I'm just saying. They're always just like licking their chops like, hey, you gonna eat that? Oh yeah, okay. I did a little extra there. Where are they going? Okay. So this does take a little longer. I gotta watch out for trees and shit. I'm gonna make them like separate. Oh, there, I did it. So, okay, so you gotta not do that. That's on me. I knew it could happen. And I did it anyways. All right, so we got them back together. Just gotta avoid, you know, trees for the most part. Otherwise that could happen. But the reason this takes longer is because I can't use my AoE nuke on cooldown. Because I'm waiting to get out of range. So like my nuke's ready to go, but there's like, you know, 3 or 4 more seconds before I could stop and nuke. But then you multiply 3 or 4 seconds by however many times I gotta nuke them. You know, and it adds up to like a minute, probably. 45 seconds, maybe. It's actually not that bad. This seems pretty decent. So this is definitely one way to kind of cheap out and save myself 8% mana, which honestly, 8% mana is not even enough for a nuke. It costs about 11% mana for a nuke. We got a fizzle there. So now we'll head back the other way. Obviously this is way more dangerous too, because you don't really have them under control. They're kind of like up your ass the entire time. But really what resistance they have that's so high is their MR. And what MR am I using is the snare. Whereas this other nuke isn't magic, so well, it's not like the magic school. But they still do resist. They still do take partials. As you can see, I think in the last 3 or 4 nukes, one of them has resisted it. I did not even check. I just went for it. Uh-oh. Okay, I was kind of just feeling it. And I was like, this is far enough. Alright, one of them died. That's good. Okay. Alright, so we did pretty good there. We did apply our shield again. We are going to have to... Actually, how much mana is it? Maybe 8% is a nuke. Holy what? 50%? What? Okay. Oh, man. That's kind of crazy. That's several nukes. Even direct damage. Even direct damage nukes. It's like 30% mana worth of direct damage nukes. I gotta zone it. So as that's okay. This just furthers it. So this furthers the notion that it's kind of not, you know, it's not the best. This isn't good. It's not good. I need suggestions on where to go. Where to go now for quadding. Obviously, I can go get groups. But where do I go? Where do I go to quad? I kind of want to do the quest for the back piece though. Sounds like something fun that's taking a break from leveling. I do at least have safe XP now, so I'm not gonna de-level if I die. But yeah, so, you know, that's just a tough spot. I thought it would be better by this level. It's not that great still. So I need something else. I need something that's like around level 35, preferably not guards, preferably something with not an ass load of life. I'm just not sure. Let me know. You know what I just realized? So, okay, first of all, we're in Unrest. We're trying to get the Priest of Najina. I think this is where they spawn. Looks just like a ghoul. We just got here and killed a ghoul. According to PQDI, it's a 50-50 chance with a ghoul placeholder. And I think it's 8-minute spawns right now, because they're like, you know, increased spawns. And you know what I realized with turning on these chat box times, the timestamps on the chat boxes, you can go back and look and see what time you killed stuff. I'm just now like really putting that together. Boy. So I think what I'm getting at is I think the respawn's going to be any second now. Well, let's see. The time doesn't line up with my phone time, so I guess that's not true. It lines up with the time on my computer, which for some reason, no matter how many times, if I manually set it, if I use the world clock, no matter what I do, my computer's time gets off, so whatever. I've been dealing with that for years. I don't know what to do about that. Don't really care. But that means I think we got like 3 more minutes then. So apparently this spawn is actually a super huge pain in the ass, like on Green or P99 or anywhere else. Supposedly it's like a 5% chance versus a 95% chance to be a placeholder, and the respawns are like 23 minutes or something like that. So, you know, you can imagine how many hours that would take at 5% every 23 minutes. You're sitting here doing this forever. But luckily, we're playing on this server where things are more easily doable. And we've already killed it once, so odds are maybe it'll spawn, maybe it won't. Should be spawning any minute now. And it's a Priest of Najina. It's a light blue. Uh-oh. So he's a nuker. Oh man, this is crazy. I might die, no? He's kicking the crap out of me. I should have wore like steel skin or something. Maybe we'll die here. Oh, he heals. He's a priest. Why wouldn't he? Uh-oh, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. We don't have shields on or anything because everything was green. There's no way he's going to run. Hopefully he tries to heal here and I kill him. Heal. Oh, he's going to get the heal off though. He's going for another heal. Come on, man. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. We're just amazing. I wasn't expecting like any sort of challenge. The other guy died in 2 nukes. I didn't even look at what level this dude was. Very ill-advised. Don't be like me and just YOLO into shit. Not a good idea. Do a little research. I mean, I had the page up. All I had to do was look at the level. I just figured we're in Unrest. Can something... we're not in the basement. I don't know. I don't know what I figured. I'm an idiot. I'm gonna sit here. There's no respawn for 8 minutes, so I'm gonna sit here and med. Actually, I'm just gonna gate out. Who am I kidding? We need to go to Najina anyway, so we're gonna gate to EC Tunnel, and then we're gonna med up, and then we're gonna head over to, actually I can port to Nektulos. So after I AFK in the tunnel for a while, I'll port over to Nektulos, and then we'll run to Najina. I mean, that's oh, I don't have to fight her, so hopefully I don't have to fight anything. I'll invis. There is undead shit, but we should be okay. We'll figure it out. Alright, so we are in Najina. Here's the thing. I was thinking about it. This chick's a high elf enchanter. The enchanter part's fine. High elf's generally fine. But she's on like Fadark's Champions, King Terrace, Thex, blah blah blah. I killed a lot of wood elves in my time on Fizzle Britches. So there's a chance she's not cool with me. Anyways, we got our buffs on. There's a bunch of undead crap around here, like that guy. We're gonna... Oh, god damn it. We're gonna have to fight our way through here, unfortunately. Cool thing about steel skin is that you don't... Oh, I have levitate. That'd be nice. Is that you don't get interrupted when you use it. When you get hit, when you have it on. I'm going to try to get around this guy. Obviously, Invis isn't going to work on him. I'm going to put it on because there's like an ogre over here, just in case I do get past him. If I don't, whatever. Alright, I got past him. I got hit. Alright. Okay. Let's re-invis. There's like skeletons and crap everywhere. I'm just gonna end up aggroing a ton of crap. God damn it. Wait a minute. Did he interrupt me? Can they interrupt you? I thought they couldn't. I still have steel skin on. Maybe I interrupted myself. Okay. What the hell, man? There's so many of these things. Oh my god. Okay, so maybe I'll invis to get past these guys. We're almost there, I think. I don't really know where I'm going. We're just... Wait a minute, this way. I mean, I know for the most part where to go. And then I always fall down the trapdoor by accident, so I'm pretty sure it's easy to do again. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Pretty sure. Well, I'm glad I'm not KOS, because that was a little... Oh, cool. She's cool with me. Perfect. Because there are some high elves who are not. So I just give her this. She gave me this. And now let's get out of here. So now we are going to go to Fedor to Fagate. Don't say that too fast. Oh, an injured halfling. What are you doing here, buddy? Let's use Harvest while we wait for that to load up. We'll go ahead and pause it here. I'm going to teleport over there. There's an ogre staring at me. Okay, we're going to teleport over there, and then let me run up to the city. And I think we're done. It was that easy. Took me like 10 minutes. All right, that was like a 30-second pause, but here we are. Nice marbled city of Felwith. So most people are cool. They're all apprehensive now, but most of them are kind of chill with me, except for the Clerics Guild. Clerics and Paladins want to murder me. Luckily, like, the guards are Paladins, but I guess they're not on the Paladin faction or something, plus people kill them all day. But they seem to be cool with me. I have to come here for some spells, or I mean, it's the most convenient for me to come here. I think if I go in here, I die. And if I go in the Cleric Guild, I die. So her dad is like by the lake or something. Hopefully he's cool with me too. Is this him? He's got the same last name. Must be him. Hey, old brother. Your daughter. Exactly. Why don't you go ahead and take that note from her? And now we got the faded cloak. So we got one more turn in. We turn this cloak into somebody. Let me look that up. Oh, you get the faded cloak. Give it to another dude in the Enchanter Guild in Eridan. Okay, so I got to port to Tox. And we'll just port over to Tox. Otis, Tox Gate. And we will find that dude. I should be fine there. Shouldn't have any issues there. Actually, I was there the other day to buy another spell or something. So we'll turn that in, and then we'll be done. All right, so we are coming up on Eridan. Don't know my way around the city too well. We could look at a map. But, it's in the palace. I think it's upstairs. I think we read that. Upstairs in the palace. We'll find her. Just kind of winging this. I've seen so many thumbnails, at least. I haven't really watched too many. I've watched a few. So many videos on the Teak server, the 25th anniversary Teak server. I'm also wondering if my IRL friends have quit. They haven't been on in a while. The going's getting tough or whatever, and they kind of disappeared. And I think they want to play somewhere where you could just buy a bunch of chrono, to be honest. So I'm wondering if they're not here and they're gonna end up there. So I think this is the way to the palace. Oh, that's a zone, so that's right? Hopefully I'm cool in here. I don't really know. I haven't killed anything. Apprehensive. Killed a bunch of these guards once. I was desperate. I was on, I don't know, when I was doing Necro Shaman. Wait, she's upstairs, right? Upstairs in the palace. Okay, here's some stairs. Here's a funny thing. I think this chick, we were killing guards down there. Everything was cool. I think that chick walked downstairs, like, randomly. And just murked us immediately. Okay, I don't even know the name of who I'm looking for. I'm assuming, well, it's a high elf, so there's that. And then, oh, there's another set of stairs. I'm assuming it has the same last name. If we can't find her, we'll look her up. This just keeps going up, though. Holy crap. Reba? Chief Adair? Are these like the high ups? These are the dudes? I don't even think I've ever been up here, to be honest. I've never made an erudite. I think I've made a froglock once, way back in the day when they first came out. I think I made one. Didn't really go anywhere. I don't even know what it was. Probably, I may have not even made one. I don't even know. Played one for who knows why. There's more stairs. Is this like a different upstairs? Or is this the same upstairs? It's gotta be different, right? Oh, shoot! Okay, she's doing quest text. We're just gonna YOLO it. Hey, chick, take this. There it is. We got it, boys. Mystic Cloak. 8 AC, 5 int, 5 SV magic, and some freebies on the steel skin. In an empty slot. A slot we've had empty for 42 levels. It's no longer empty. That's free mana right there. How much mana does that give us? Let's find out. Our mana pool is 1879. We put that on, we're at 1904. So we got 25 mana from 5 intellect. Hell yeah. I'm curious though. Let's do a thing. Let's take off some gear. Where's our intellect at? Okay. Now, how much does 5 intellect give us when we're below 200 intellect? 1775 to 18. So we got the 25 plus a bonus 16. So it's like it's like 3 mana per int more, a little over 3 mana per int more when you're below. Doesn't seem like that huge of a nerf, to be honest. Whatever. We're reaching, we're squeezing, we're trying to get every little bit of mana we can. Alright, so that's it. We got our cloak. That was like super duper easy. If you're a wizard and you're above level 30, then you can get that cloak too. You might need help with the Priest and Nagina. Or at least beware. Pay attention to what you're doing when you go in there. It's going to be a dark blue if you're lower than I am. And then I still haven't looked at what level that mob was. I don't know. 35? I'm just going to guess. I don't know. Actually, it can't be 35. 35s are dark blue to me. 30 probably. 30s just turned light blue. This level. So at max, the mob is 30. Okay? So now you know. You could put on a damage shield. Probably your greater shielding. And go in there and figure it out. Wallop the mob. Probably train it to a group and start nuking it. And then they'll help you. I don't know. Anyways, thanks... Abraxas? I think it was you who told me about it. So thanks for telling me about that, because I went and got it. And now we don't have empty slots. I'm still looking to purchase like some other items just to squeeze out a tad bit more, just to make the process go. I don't know what we're going to do now, though. I'm already over here. I can go look at the hole. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Alright, so we weren't able to figure out anywhere else to go. Again, if you have any ideas, let me know. These are all level 35 mobs, but they're guards with high MR. They have higher health pools, I think. I was looking around on the internet at similar level mobs, like other level 35 mobs. Other level 35 mobs seem like they have about 300 or 450. No, like about 350 to 400 less life. So these mobs do have more life. Their MR is off the charts. And so it's not ideal. But what is ideal is the camp's open. And there's 4 of them right next to each other that I can quad. So that's ideal. They also don't drop anything. They drop platinum and like research pages and stuff like that. Let me see. Alright, so what we're going to do is pull these guys. We're going to get it done. I'm still, as you can see, I got steel skin on, so I just went and I re-upped on a bunch of jaspers. And so we're going to be able to do that with every single pull. That helps me so I can monostone more, because stuff does happen. As you saw, I think it was in the last pull that I had on record. The guy was left over with 50% health, which is like 2.5 of my big nukes, which is like 400 plus mana. Like I have 1900 mana. 400 mana is a shitload. So it's pretty crazy there. But so we're going to do that. We did get the cloak, or the back piece, with the 10 charges, but I was noticing that it's instant cast. It doesn't require a Jasper, and it's also instant cast. So I think this is more of an oh shit button, which I mean, I should put that on my bar somewhere. Actually, I don't... Hopefully I don't have a hotkey. It's going to push that. Okay. So if I get into trouble, I can just click that and hopefully survive the trouble. But let me see here. I got a shout out to do. So about those, shout out to Digital Disease. Says he's, you know, enjoying the videos and all of that, and he found this game through watching videos, and he's enjoying it. He's playing a necromancer. He's in his 20s. Starting to do some of the sisters grind, make some plat. Super cool. Bought me 3 coffees. Cheers, my guy. And also Azuro bought me a coffee as well. Ran into him out here on the wizard. Spoke about him. He said he appreciates it. The shout out, but in reality, here's the real shout out. Thank you guys, as always. The community is so great, the EverQuest community. I think you all know that. #1 community on the internet. Very small community, but makes it worth playing. Very tight knit, and I think that's everybody's experience, right? We all know this, but I think it's everybody's experience coming into the game, where they're just surprised at how like selfless people are, and willing to give buffs, and willing to give free gear, or willing to help somebody with a quest. This, that, or the other thing. And other games aren't like that, you know. People see you struggling and they just run past you. Anything like that, so. We've all played World of Warcraft. I'm sure most of us have. And so you know kind of like how it is over there. Now the hardcore community on World of Warcraft, if you have played that, that's a little more in the direction of like the EverQuest community. The hardcore WoW thing became official, and it kind of blew up a little bit, and some of that went away. Because the bigger something gets, you know, the crappier the community gets, is what it seems. So shout out to the small communities out there. Let's get this rolling though. I've been talking for a bit here. Yeah. So let's get this going. We don't have our shield on, but that's all right. We need to not get hit. There's this guy here. He's not a guard. His name is Aegon. I don't know if it's Aragon or Aegon. I think it is Aragon. Like Lord of the Rings or something. I think it's spelled differently. But he's an absolute beast. He spawns sometimes instead of one of the guards. The guard that was like right here. That was close. He'll spawn there sometimes. And man, he's tough. Like I've gotten him a couple of times, and each time towards the end, he'll have like a lot of life. So then everybody dies but him. So then I start to single him. And he just, you know, he resists. So I monostone down, and then he resists. And then I monostone down, and then he resists. He's just a pain in the butt. Big time. So we're still going at this. And as you can see there, we got a partial 62, a partial 97. So it's always going to be there. It's always going to be how it is. But this is the camp that we have for now. And hopefully with a level or 2 under our belt, things like this will happen less. Also, we're trying to edge out our mana. We haven't gotten anything else. But we're looking. We're still looking. I'm logged into my mule right now. And we're trying to... I mean, loam-encrusted pantaloons just are never for sale. It's bizarre. It's nuts how it's never for sale. But we're looking for them. We're just sitting there all day, and then I'll alt-tab over and scroll up looking for anybody selling them. Nobody's selling them. The that website that was doing the... Now, there's a Twitch stream that's streaming the tunnel chat, and that's cool. But I mean, I could just go to my alt and look. Like, I have nothing to do, and I'm regenerating mana between pulls, so I just alt-tab to the mule in the tunnel and take a look at what's going on. But getting a lot of partials and resists on this run. Hopefully it's okay. I've been doing this without the rune shield, and it's been going okay. There's just more downtime, but I haven't had to really zone anything. Anyways, I'm keeping an eye on the tunnel, looking for pantaloons. It's been like 3 days and I haven't. I took a couple days off of leveling. Because I went from 29 to 42, I feel like in like 5 days. And I needed to relax. I needed to chill out a little bit. So I took a couple of days off of leveling. Plus I was trying to find a camp to go to. And like I've been saying, I just don't know where else to go. Besides getting a group. So we will group sometimes. I did stop by. I think the last thing I said in the earlier segment of this video was that I was going to check out the hole because I was already in Eridan, in that area. So I did go check out the hole. And luckily, being a gnome, you don't need a key. So you need a key to open the door, which is a rock. But if you are a gnome, you can fit through a little crack in the rock. There's like a little hole. And I think gnomes are the only ones small enough to get through there. Now check out that waterfall right there. I've never seen that ever. So we're going to go look at that after this pull. I've never seen that waterfall before. And I've been here a lot. I've farmed these gnolls a lot. But the vision hasn't been there. And I haven't really had a reason, I guess, to go all the way over to this barbarian fishing village. Now I have been there. I know there's guards there. I need to relax on the pushing of the button. That's probably annoying. But, I think due to... what's my mana at? Let me concentrate here for a second. Due to, like, you know, clipping plane and vision and stuff like that, I've never seen that, that waterfall. But now, with the increased... What the hell, man? They're too close. Aw, dude. I don't know. Based on the terrain, sometimes it says that they're too far away, even though they're not. And then what that does is, like, by the time it says that they're in range, they're too close to me to cast it. Which was an example right there. Okay, so finally. Now she's going to go into the water, which is crap. This has happened before. And we're just gonna do it. Now you should be able to nuke her here. But last time I stayed completely still, the nuke went off and it didn't damage her. And it hit her, but it didn't kill her? Oh man. Alright. So, actually we have enough. Oh no, don't do that. We have enough for flame shock, so let's get her with that. Don't resist. What happened? See what I mean? That's what I mean. So she didn't resist. The spell went off. It used my mana, and nothing happened. No damage, no message. Like, why? So that's happened before. So let's get her with the flame shock. Okay, she died on that one. Where's my breath? Why don't I have breath underwater? What is going on? What is that? Oh, okay. So this is what's happening. Is you're not considered underwater right here. You don't have breath and you're walking. Can I loot her? She's off the screen. That's weird. What a weird spot. You can just sit here forever. This is like a cool place to hang out. Underwater, you don't need enduring breath. And then you come right here and you're underwater. Okay, so that's what happened. This happened to me before. I guess they were in the not water area. And so I was in the water. So you know how when you're out of water, they're in water, vice versa. You can't nuke them. Now I know what was happening. Let's go ahead and harvest real quick. Let's get that going on cooldown. So this is the little barbarian fishing village. There are a couple of guards here. They're also level 35. So nothing different. Well, let's say that's a fisherman. I think there's... There we go. Guard Mercil. Yeah, he's scowling ready to attack. But that's a cool waterfall. Let's get a little bit away from these. Let's go loot our stuff. So, this is what we're doing. As you saw, the difficulties of that. Now I'm very low on everything. And the thing is, I regenerate mana pretty quickly, but I don't regenerate life pretty quickly. And I need my life to be 100%, because if I get a pull like this again, I need a mana stone all the way down to be able to nuke and do stuff. And if I already start the fight with 60% health or something like that, no, I'm not worried about getting hit, but I am worried that at the end of the fight, there's one mob left and I can't kill him. And I can't, at that point, I won't be able to mana stone or anything either, because I just won't have the life to do it. And I can't cast still skin in the middle of a fight because it costs mana. So it kind of like defeats the purpose. I won't have the mana to cast the still skin. That's something you have to do in between fights and then regenerate the mana back up prior to engaging for you to really like enable that. So that was like a 15-minute poll. I think I've been recording for 15 minutes and and we just did one poll. So as you can see, it's just not very efficient. It's not very good. We are at 56% into the level now, but it's slow moving. And it is what it is. This is what we're doing for leveling. So let's do another poll or two, and then we'll call the video there. And then what I'll do is I'm going to continue to do this. I'm going to continue to look for a few upgrades, like we've talked about earlier. Continue to look for a few upgrades, maybe loam encrusted bracers, maybe the pants. I did see the robe earlier for 2K. But I'm just not, which is actually probably the biggest upgrade, but it's 2,000 plat, and I'm just being cheap. But it also has 5 int, but it has 80 mana, so you're going to gain 55 mana, which is probably the biggest upgrade. But yeah, I mean, like I said, we'll take a look at earrings and see if there's the mana earrings and how much those are. I believe they're really expensive. I just can't remember, and I never see them for sale. So until I see them for sale, I won't remember. But that's what we're looking at. Let me recover. We'll do another poll. We'll get another couple in, and then we're going to go ahead and call it. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and get going here because suddenly something came up, and I gotta go. So we'll finish. We'll do another couple polls. We'll finish this video a little later. But we're going to do one right now in this shitty weather. Not fully at 100% life yet, but it is what it is. Oh, screw that. See, there he is. Agron is his name. I'm not pulling him. I don't got time for that guy right now. That guy just, I don't know what it is. I think he's got the same life, the same MR, the same everything as these guys, level 35. But he doesn't feel like it. But what we're going to do is we're going to grab these two, because there's an alternative. Hopefully nothing comes out of the house. There's an alternative guard over here, Philip. Philip was kind of beastie as well. But we'll give him another shot. And I don't get hit. I did get hit a little bit on my steel skin. Oh, shit. That was close. I did get hit a little bit on my steel skin by like a wolf that passed by. So hopefully it didn't eat away too much of my shield. They're greens, but as you know, as a caster, greens will still hit you pretty good. Let's get one more going this way, and then we're gonna follow. We're gonna go south on the river. There's a necro killing brother or whatever right here. I killed him a little bit on my necro because I was desperate back then. The server was 2K population back then, and man, you think it's tough now. You guys remember back then? Holy crap. It was wild. So we got Philip as our target, so we can keep an eye on him, see if he's any harder than the rest of them. In theory, they should all be roughly the same, but you know how it is. RNG. I wish we got one more larger nuke at like, when's my next spell level? 44? Or anything. But I just don't think that's the case. I think this is it. As you can see though, my mana's down, whereas Guard Phillip is pacing my mana. So we mana stoned quite a bit there. But my mana's still only 49 to his 60% life. Not good. So it's likely that we're going to have a situation here at the end. Hopefully everything else is dying nicely. Got a partial on Diana. Partial on Diana again. Sarah goes down there. But we are running pretty low on mana here. We probably got 3 nukes left in us. We crit Cloten, and I think we killed Sarah. And we crit Cloten? That's pretty good. Let's get the... Okay, I wanted to get the lower res on Cloten real quick. Just to try to make sure I land this. Oh, Diana's still alive. I thought we killed her. I don't know, I must be tripping. Alright, hopefully this kills one of them, but then the issue is they're gonna run into the water, probably. Let's see. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Pretty good. So we need 160 mana in order to finish this guy off. So we're going to regen a little bit. We will use a mana stone. I can use Harvest. We'll use Harvest. He may resist. It's happened to me a lot lately, is that resist when they're running away. But we got some time before he gets to the water. And I do need to AFK for a couple of hours after this, so... Might as well use Harvest now. And then we're going to pop this guy and kill him. Very good. I guess I could have mana stoned pretty low as well since I have to AFK. Wasn't really thinking about it too much. But okay, there we go. I mean, we're 60% of the way through our level. We are slowly pushing. These are long levels. Definitely not worth it, by the way. Not worth it to quad here. I should be in a group, and I should be grouping. Likely, the next video, I'll probably be in a group somewhere. I don't think I ever finished my thought. I did go to the hole. So I fit through the rock. I went into the hole. And there was only 10 people there. So not even 2 groups. There was one like directly at the entrance, just killing the very front mobs. And then there was one basically at the entrance, at like the castle entrance or whatever they call it, CE or something like that. Right out front of the like the main city area when you drop down right there, that main one. So there's no sword 1, sword 2, sword 3, sword 1.5, docks, undead. There's nobody anywhere. There was just those 2 groups. And they were all red to me and stuff, so I just didn't try to get in a group at the time. But I did like take a look at mobs to see what kind of mobs there were. And although there are some mobs that are dark blue to me, they're mixed in with mobs that are red to me. And there's casters and stuff. So I think at level 42, I think we can go there soon. But I don't know. I think we'll end up trying to get a group. Definitely gonna group with the bros on Sunday. This coming Sunday, so we're definitely going to do that. And other than that, we'll just see where we end up. I can't imagine doing another video of me here right now, but I do, like I said, get a couple levels, maybe squeeze a couple pieces of minor upgrades up, and that might be just enough to get us over the hump to be able to do this camp a little more efficiently, and then we can do this camp for a couple of levels. But right now it's not efficient. I would suggest being in a group. We'll do a couple more pulls though to finish out this video, so I'll see you guys in a bit when I can do that. Alright, so we are back to close out this video. If you see, I'm at 93% XP, even though I'm getting 5% every pull, because one pull, I could not kill the last guy. He just resisted everything, and I was out. So let's see. I found robes for sale, and I got these bad boys for 1,800. It's a lot, but I think it's the biggest upgrade. Mana-wise, I gained 55 mana doing that. I'm still looking for the pants. Nobody ever sells the pants, and when they do, I think they just get gobbled up, because these were previously like the best pants, and there's no mana on them in any form. So I think anytime somebody sells the pants, even though there's not a ton of int or mana on them, there's a bunch of crap. I think people just buy them up. So I'm still looking for them. I just bought those like a pull or two ago on my mule, and then I went and gated and I grabbed them. Hey, look at that. There's a hill giant over there getting killed. All right, so we are at 93%, so we're gonna go ahead and finish this off. Did the robe fix all my problems? No, not really. But it's you know, it's 55 mana. That's like a half of a nuke, almost. And then I'll level and I'll get like 40 plus mana, and so you know we're getting somewhere. Anyways, let's go ahead and pull these guys, and let's get this done. I got a basketball game in 35 minutes, so let's get this going. I do not have so on. Okay, we're not pulling the guy on the left anymore because he's the Aragon guy, Argon or whatever. I just don't want to deal with his shit. Tired of him. Tired of his shit. Alright, so same pull. I had some really good pulls though, I'll tell you that. I actually had a couple of pulls where I finished with like 15% mana. This was pre-robe. And I was like, yeah, just RNG was just on my side. I had a couple pulls in a row that just, they did not resist very much. And that was great. But we're going to do more of the same here. So I believe Teak comes out tomorrow? Let me know in the comments, any of y'all playing that? I will not be. But I'm just curious. How many of you guys are going to go give it a shot? I'm curious of the impact it'll have on our precious little server here. Obviously, people are going to go check it out. Oh, whoops. I've gone too far. Okay, getting some good ones here. Let me see. We did get a resist in the first one. The Mischief clone everybody's been asking for since Mischief came out. That's what's like kind of funny, and I'm sure there's good reasons for it, but Mischief came out, and the very next year, they come out with a TLP every single year in May. The very next year, they were asking for Mischief again. And it's like, why do you want Mischief again? You just had Mischief. And Mischief actually, you know, most of us know that the Mischief was like been the most successful TLP. And it has the longest staying power out of any TLP. Like, year later, you know, months later, year later, years later, it still has like a larger player base than most all TLPs do at that point in their life. So the proof's in the pudding, but Why were people asking for it again? Only a year later, you want to just start over and do it all again. Hope they're close enough, right? Oh, shit. Oh, that was close. Let's use up some of my steel skin. Now, I think the answer to that is that a lot of people, like myself, said no to Mischief right from the gate. Probably most P99ers, most people here on Quarm saw the rule set and was like, what? No, I don't want that. That was true for me. And then I think a ton of these people, not me though this time, got FOMO and was like, oh, I missed out. I should have done that. Everybody's liking it so much. It's so popular. And I think a lot of people did end up getting FOMO. So I think a year later, they were like, I want to get in on day one. Like, I didn't want to, by the time I found out it was so cool, but also by the time they like worked out all the kinks, because there was a shitload of kinks too. Like, I remember the first like Plane of Fear raid and stuff. I think the boss dropped like 18 pieces of loot. It was like kind of crazy. So they worked out a bunch of the kinks and all of that, and so I think they, a lot of people with FOMO wanted to give it a go and give it a fresh go. Understandable. But they went ahead and waited 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, 3 years. I don't know, 2 or 3 years before they're giving it to everybody again. Now everybody really wants it. Now the FOMO's at its highest. It was a good play, I think, on their part. I'll definitely be watching people's videos that they make, and, just keeping an eye on the server. I watch pretty much all things EverQuest. I honestly don't know anybody that, like, I haven't looked for it either, but usually YouTube's pretty good about just shoving stuff in my face. Relatable stuff. I haven't seen anything, like live EverQuest raids or anything. Haven't seen anything. If one popped up, I'd probably watch it. But when it comes to, like, TLPs... P99, nice. Look how good that was. And see, I have 70 mana left. I had like 68 mana left. So the robes wouldn't have made an impact there, because I would have still been able to do what I just did. I would have just had, whatever it is, 13 mana instead of 68 at the end. But that was a good one. So we're getting some good runs here. So as you can see, we are going to I just finished eating some really spicy ramen, and I'm kind of got like the thick mucus in my throat. But anyways, I'll be looking forward to seeing some of the Mischief videos and stuff and see what everybody's doing. It's just not for me. It's not for everybody, but I'm happy that a lot of people are going to get what they want. That's good for the game in general. More people playing EverQuest, the better, regardless of which version it is my belief. But I will give you all a tip. If you're watching this, well, okay, so if Mischief comes out tomorrow as of the recording of this, it actually comes out today as of when you're watching this, later today, around 2 p.m. Pacific, you think they usually do. Which means you're probably not watching this if you're playing on Teak, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, I'll give you a tip anyways. This works for everything. I always tell my friends to do this, and they're just too dumb to fucking do it. But, so, I've been through a lot of big queues. Aerodune, 6+ hour queues. New World, 6+ hour queues. Like, 10-hour queues. Insane queues if you try to log in when you get home from work at like 5 p.m., whatever time you are, if you're on an appropriate server for your time zone. Just insane queues sometimes, right? Now, they're expecting large queues in this game. Maybe they're not going to be 6 hours or whatever. Maybe it's a 2-hour queue. That's still a deal breaker for some people. Some people, especially us oldies playing oldie games like this, sometimes you only have like 4 hours, of spare time on certain days, or maybe you have 2 hours per day. And if you have to sit in this 2-hour queue, that's a done deal, right? So what you got to do is download Chrome or Google Remote Desktop. And I know I'm doing this awfully weird with my cell phone, but the point is, if you use Chrome as a browser on your computer, you download this for your cell phone, what you do is you just hit this button here. These are my computers. You just hit this button, and then what it'll do is it'll load in. We got downtime, and those are my 3 computer screens. Now it looks, you see it bigger, and you can just zoom, and you can see what I see. It's me sitting there. The point is to get in the queue. That's the only point. You know, you can do this from work. You can do this from your cell phone. You can do this from anywhere. And then when you start getting good at it, because when I was on Aerodune, the issue with that server was long queues, right? And now it didn't matter what time of the day, because that one was during COVID, and it doesn't matter what time zone you're in when it comes to these EverQuest TLPs, because with the EverQuest TLPs, there's 2, but in this case, isn't there really just one? Nobody's going to play Tormax, everybody's going to play Teak. So there's really only one. That's for the entire world. So it doesn't matter what time zone you are. You can't think like, oh, I get off of work at 1 p.m. today, so there's not going to be a queue. No, because there's East Coast people, there's Europeans, there's everybody, right? So there are queues all day long. Now, for Aerodune, I remember I would get home from work at that time around 2:30 p.m., and the queue was already like 4 hours at 2:30. And then I had some friends who would get home at like 5 o'clock, and then the queue was like 6 hours. And then I had some friends who would, I got to stop by here on the way home, and I got to do this, do that. They get home around like 6:30, and the queue is like 8 hours or whatever it was. It was insane. And the queues lasted the entirety of Classic. I think they lessened like over time, but the queue was like 4 hours plus, I swear, for like the entirety of Classic. I don't know, I have a bad memory, but it was something like that. Anyways, so what I would do is I knew when I got home at 2:30, I had a 4-hour queue. So you got to kind of like figure it out, all right? Now, if I got home at 1:30, maybe it was only a 3-hour queue. And if I got home at noon, maybe it was only a 2-hour queue. It lessens the earlier you try to log in, right? So you just try to time it. So I would be like, all right, if I'm getting home at 2:30, at 1 o'clock, I'm going to log in through my phone. You have to leave your computer on at home naturally. So you leave your computer on. Then I go on my phone and I click like play on, the splash screen. And I log into to EverQuest remotely. Now it puts me in a queue, and maybe the queue is whatever, 2 hours at that time that I logged in, because I'm logging in earlier because I'm trying to create a point of when I get home from work and the queue is done, right? Now if you within a couple of days, you'll get accurate at where you need to be. But if you undershoot it and your character's ready to go and you're not home yet, you could just log in, just go on your phone and just like log into the game and just move your character every once in a while remotely. Maybe that's TOS, I don't know. Nobody knows. They don't know because you're actually doing it from your actual computer. You're just accessing your computer remotely. It's not like whatever. Anyways, and then if you undershoot it, okay, you get home, and now you only have a 15-minute queue. Now you only have a 20-minute queue instead of a 2-hour queue. So you can aim to undershoot it, so you don't actually have to like babysit, because it is going to kick you out after what, 20, 30 minutes, right? So you don't want to undershoot it and then just neglect it, because then you will get kicked out, and then you got to sit in the queue again. Now I'm just babbling to a bunch of people who probably aren't playing Teak at all. But if you are going to play Teak, that's my suggestion to you. Because there are going to be queues, I guess, because it's super popular. The amount, again, I mentioned this a little earlier, but the amount of YouTube videos that I'm seeing about Teak, and, best place to level, best place to farm gear, easiest name mobs that'll drop gear in this level range, and, whatever. All of those videos, there's so many. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen that with the launch of Quarm. I've never seen that with the launch of P99 Green. I haven't seen that with like the Aerodune launch, which was super popular because of, COVID and everything else. If you want to just credit COVID, nothing else. And the original Mischief, whatever, all these server launches. I haven't seen EverQuest related server launches, not other games. Of course, other games are insane. But when it comes to EverQuest, I haven't seen any hype around a server like I have this. So I guess, queues are expected. That's what's going to happen. So that's my trick. I suggest doing that. And it is very easy. All you have to do is have a Gmail and log into Chrome. So, leave your computer on at home. You don't even have to have the Chrome browser open, I don't think. Maybe you do. You probably do. It's probably safe to do that. But just leave your computer on, have Chrome open, And that's a wrap. Just install it on your phone. You just log into your email through your phone. Done deal. And that goes for anything, like I said. So if we ever have queues for anything in the future, maybe you're not playing Teak, maybe you're going to play something else in the future. It applies to anything that has a queue. And then never have a queue. When it came to Aerodune, like I said, there was like 4 to 8 hour queues every single day, depending on what time you're trying to get on. I never sat in a queue one time, except for when I accidentally /queued. And then I had to sit in a queue. But other than that, never had to do it. So we have probably a few minutes to wait here. As you can see, the mobs respawned. Regardless of how much blabbing I've done unnecessarily, we are still needing to med up. So I'll go ahead and just pause it here for a couple of minutes while we get topped off. Hey, it's another hill giant. Is that one dying? No. We're going to sit here and top off. Then we'll do our last kite of the video. And then I'll see you on your way. All right. Let's go. Enough about Teak. Let's Quarm it, baby. This is it. This is the one, as long as we don't die or something stupid happen. Diana and Sarah. Sometimes you get Cloten twice. Cleotin or whatever. Sometimes you get 2 of them. One up front and then one right here. Or maybe not. Maybe it's the guy on the left. The one that's Aragon this time. Because I think he changes. His spawn changes. The ones in the front change too. Because sometimes it's a dude. Sometimes it's a chick. Holy shit. There's a raid on that hill giant. Oh, I gotta round him up. What am I doing? I was just like fascinated with the hill giant raid. I think this is like a 5-hour level. I'm not even kidding. I think this is like a 5-hour level. I mean, maybe it was a little less than that, but not by much. It's a terrible level. Going back to what I said earlier. Oh no, I'm gonna hit the snake. Ah, I don't want to hit the snake. Damn. Can I get out of range? A critical blast for 89? That seems kind of dumb. Like, a partial can also be a crit? I feel like the crit should... I don't know, I gotta think about that one. It just seems odd. I don't know if it's dumb, but it's a thinker. I don't know if that's cool or not. Okay, this is gonna be a juicy one because we were getting a lot of resists. Let's just go ahead and monostone a bunch right now. Oh, tree. Probably shouldn't be logged into my mule when I'm recording. Because like somebody runs past my mule like every so often, you just hear feet running by. I mean, I guess we're running the risk of somebody casting spells next to me as well. Well, at least I got rid of those blue robes too. That's cool. Oh, this is going to be an interesting one. I think we are going to have problems towards the end here. We'll see. It's really hard to tell until somebody starts dying. I mean, I guess I could tab target around a little more than I have been. Is at 40, 39. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Although somebody resisted right now. Two resisted that one. Yikes. That's a bit rough. I like this a lot better when I was able to snare, when I had enough mana to snare. kind of a pain in the ass when you don't have that luxury. Oh, is that range? We might be all right. Nobody died though? There's no way this kills all of them, so we do have something to finagle. Wait, none of them died still? Well, we got one more nuke in us. Wait, did anybody die? Is that only 2? I think people did die. I missed it. No, that was 3 that died right there. Not bad. Not bad. Here's where things do get interesting, though. Well, we'll go ahead and... I'll go ahead and... I can harvest here, but I won't. If she resists this, that sucks. I don't know if we dinged now or earlier, because I'm 2% into the level now. So, yay, we dinged. It didn't make a sound, but we got it. I might have dinged when I killed the 3, and I just didn't notice because there was no sound. Oi! But there it is. We dinged, and we got the, How much mana did we gain on that? I'm at 2,002 mana. I forgot what I was at before that. I'll look at the video. I think we gained around 40 mana though. But yeah, that's it. This has ran on long enough, and we talked about Teak a bunch, and God knows what else, because I recorded this over like 2 days and several play sessions. So anyways, I will see you in the next video.